All right, my wonderful students, our daily objective today is to be able to make correct inferences using a two-step approach, making observations and then making connections from those observations. So here's your notes. So an inference is basically an educated guess. We learned that last week. So how do you make an inference so that it's more than just an educated guess and you're not really sure if you're right? Well, first, you make several observations. Then, you connect it to your own experience of the world, of the real world. So, then you have your inference when you do these two things together. So you make observations, and then you take what you observed and you connect it to what you actually know about the world. So here's an example. This is on Pinterest, just bunches of different ones. For example, these are easy ones. Where do you think this girl is? She's in a pool. How is this man feeling? How do you know? He's angry, right? Okay, so what are my observations? He's yelling into the phone. His brow is furrowed. He looks like he's sweating a little bit. So I infer that when that happens, someone is mad. What can I observe about this picture? She's a little girl. She's crying. Looks like she's kind of upset. Her hair is all messed up. She's got a thermometer in her mouth. What do I infer? I infer that she is sick. Okay? Let's go a little bit tougher. And this is going to be this part on your notes. Our next step. So, what do we think happened in this picture? Let me walk you through my inferences. In the first part, some observations I'm making. It looks like these are animals. It looks like they're footprints from two different types of animals. I observe that one is bigger than the other, and that one is smaller. So those are some observations that I could write down. I'll just write a few of those. You'll write all of them. Two different animals. One is larger, one is smaller. What else can I observe in the next phase, position 2? I'm observing that they're not following the same path. It looked like they were going in the same direction, and when they met, it looks like something started happening. One of them jumped over the other one, and then it's a whole lot of big, crazy, random motion. So my observation, I'll say that the two animals meet, and they start moving all over. Some of you at this point might be able to make an inference. Let's go a little further though. Then in position 3, there's only one set of footprints, and what you notice that is from the bigger animal. So what can I infer? I infer that two animals met up, they got into a fight, the bigger animal ate the smaller animal, and then walked away. Okay? Some of you might also be able to infer that the red animal, the smaller one, is a bird and it flew away instead. Right? That's why there's no footprints, it's because it's a flying bird. Either of those would be correct inferences. Come on, inference. The bigger animal ate the smaller animal. And I have all of this as my evidence. So when I think of it, my observations, I told you. How do I connect it to the real world? Well, when there's one bigger animal and one that's smaller and they meet each other and they start moving all over, usually from my own experience, it means that they're fighting and the smaller one usually loses. So that's what I mean by connecting it to your own experience. You observe and then you connect. The next example is going to be a little bit tougher. So look at this picture titled Boy in the Water. I want you to make several observations, and then I want you to make an inference about what happened or what's going to happen next. Okay? Infer what happened or what's going to happen next. Pause the video and then go ahead and do that. Okay, so my observations: there's a broken branch, there's a goat, there's a boy who recently fell in the water. How do I know that? Because there are these ripples. What else do I observe? There's a sailboat. Those are probably the most important things. So what is my inference? What happened? Well, I think that he was watching his toy boat, his toy sailboat. He was sitting on the branch and it cracked and he fell into the water. What else can I infer? I infer he's going to get out of the water and be hit back in by the goat. Why? What do I know about goats? Well, first of all, it looks like it's kind of looking at him. So what do I infer about animals? When an animal is looking at you and it's about your same size, a lot of times it's going to be aggressive. So that's taking some observations and connecting it to the real world. The final one is going to be this video you're going to get to watch. It's a pretty good Disney Pixar one. So you're going to do a similar thing where you're going to be identifying what's an observation and then what are some inferences that you can make related to this. Okay? Good luck. Thank you for watching.